Barbie, creator of the Woolie decorative paint tool. Thank you for purchasing our Woolie roller kit. I'm anxious to teach you how to create beautiful full finished walls. So let's get started. Before we begin our project, we want to prepare the wall for painting. This is done by applying 2-inch masking tape to our woodwork to protect it, as well as our ceiling line. When the tape has been applied, we have take heavy plastic and apply it on the floor as a drop cloth. Also, you want to remove any grates or any switch plates that will be in your way for painting. The items that we'll be using today to paint begin with the Woolie roller, the roller handle, the little Woolie, which is used as an edging tool, the little brush that we also use with the little Woolie for an edging tool, the double paint tray. You will also need masking tape and 2 colors of interior latex satin finish paint. Now that we have all the items that we need to do our painting, we're ready to begin. We take our 2 paint colors and pour them into the split tray. You want to fill it all the way up, almost to the edge. Take your other color and pour that in as well. Make sure that you don't pour too much in so that the paint colors flow together. We've taken our Woolie roller and applied it onto the frame. An important part of the process is to remove the lint on the Woolie. Because it's natural sheepskin, it will shed before its first use. To remove the lint, you want to take masking tape, roll it around your hand so that the sticky side is on the outside. And what we're going to do is remove the lint. Now this is only necessary to do the first time before it's ever been used. You will never ever need to do this again. Because it's natural sheepskin, it does not continue to shed like a synthetic. Once that's ready, we're ready to begin the painting. Now that the preparation is done, we get to the fun part, and that's doing it with the painting. We take the Woolie roller and we're going to saturate it with paint. We apply it in the tray until paint goes all the way around the roller. When we feel it's good and saturated, we're ready to apply it to the wall. We're going to apply it to the wall in heavy passes in an X formation. If you'll notice that the color variations are very strong, creating a strong illusion of texture. If you like to have a very strong illusion of texture, you would probably want to make a few passes at the wall. Now some of you may want to have a more muted look. For those people, I recommend you go over it a little bit more, blending it, making it softer. So here it's a little bit more textured, and now we're going to make it more muted by making more X passes at the wall. When the area is the way we want it to look, we're ready to continue on to another area. We again apply more paint on the roller and make more passes. Now one thing I want you to notice is how I'm going to overlap the edges from one area to another. It's very strong, but I'm going to go back and forth and make a nice, smooth transition. After you've done your painting with the Woolie roller, you may find areas around the edges, corners, and ceiling lines that perhaps the roller didn't fit. That can be easily taken care of with the little Woolie and the chip brush. We begin with the little chip brush, dipping it into one of our 2 colors and applying little splotches of paint. I'm going to take the same chip brush, I don't have to rinse it out or anything in between, and dip it right into my second color. And I'm going to apply more splotches. Now once the splotches have been applied, we take the brush and just kind of run it along the edge where we have the masking tape. Then we take the little Woolie and we're going to tap. Using a stippling motion, we're going to blend the two colors together so that we have the same variation on the edge as in the middle of the wall, so that your edges, corners, and ceiling lines will be just as perfect and beautiful as the rest of the wall. It's a good idea to test the painting on a portion of the wall. Let it dry before you continue on. We've done our test area and we like what we see, so we're going to continue. Now that we've finished rolling our walls with the Woolie roller, it's time to finish any areas that may have been missed, like this area. Now, just like we did before, we take the small chip brush, apply one color with the brush wherever we need it, take the same brush into the next color, apply more splotches, and tap. If you find an area like this where it's considerably light and obviously not blending in with the wall that's been painted, you might want to add a little bit more of the appropriate color and make it have a nice transition. We finished faux finishing our walls with the Woolie roller, and they look great. But oftentimes people ask about working with glazes to increase the level of depth and beauty. I'd like to take this opportunity to show you how to do it with the Woolie roller. We've purchased faux glazing liquid and poured it into half of the tray right out of the can. On the other half of the tray, I have mixed paint with the faux glazing liquid to create a glaze. And poured it into this half of the tray. Now we're ready to do our glazing with the Woolie roller. We're going to saturate our roller and apply it on top of the wall where we've done our painting. Now what happens is it goes on very thick and covers what's under there. So you want to continue rolling it out to make a thinner coat so it's more translucent, so you can see the movement of the color underneath. What this does is it increases the level of depth and beauty. It can also change the color tone of your room. For example, let's say you worked with a color on a wall and it was too dark or perhaps too light. You can do this to transform it into the color that you want it to be, also by adding depth. An important thing to know about working with glazes is that you cannot stop in the middle of a wall. Once you've started, don't stop until you've completed the entire wall. If you do, you could get what's called drying overlap marks, and that's a buildup of additional color. So if you do it the way we've done it here, where you just continue on, you should have no problems. Thank you for working with the Woolie roller, and have fun faux finishing.